know what? Nothing in the world drains me more than the Stellenbosch exam period. Absolutely draining. Has me by the neck every single time. I'm glad it's over, and I'm glad to be back in front of the camera. Hi, my name is Luke, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be answering a couple questions that I received from people all over my social media. I posted that I will be doing a Q&A for my channel, and I got a couple of responses, super cool. So I'll be answering those questions today. So sit back, relax, and let's connect with me. We're doing it differently today. We're connecting with me, not with someone else. No guest appearances today. I am the only appearance, and I'm not a guest. I'm a regular on the channel. Let's get into it. Come on. Before we get into it, real quick, I've taken the liberty, and I've been doing that with all my videos. If you've noticed, I've taken the liberty of leaving key stamps in the description. So what those are basically, but you probably know that already, is that if you click on it, it'll take you to a specific question that I answered. So there's a key stamp and the question. So if you want to see what I said in a specific question, just hit the key stamp. It'll take you straight to that question, and you can miss all the other nonsense that I answered. But I would prefer for you to watch the whole video. Let's get into it. For real this time. Ha! Alright. First question is, what inspired you to take the leap of faith in becoming a photographer? Definitely a leap of faith. Laughing emoji. Now, when I read this the first time, I was like, yo dog, maybe you're pursuing the wrong career. Why would this person be laughing at the fact that you're pursuing photography? But I think I get what you're saying. Why, or what inspired me to pursue photography or become a photographer is because I love it. It's just like the honest answer I could give. I feel like it allows me to really express what means a lot to me, and that's God and what He's created. And I feel like through photography, I can be able to connect with Him on a level that I can really not explain, and be able to capture His creation also in a way that I can really not explain. So I love photography. That's why I'm pursuing it. It makes me happy. So when you look at it, for me, getting paid for photography, getting paid for videos and things like that is a bonus. I do it because I love it. And I've done so much free work over the last couple of years. It's ridiculous. Until someone's like, yo dude, come on. Get some money out of this, dog. You can really earn a living from it. I was like, yo, sure, why not? The point is, like, the pay is really just a bonus for me. I do it because I love it. All right, next question. Second person said, what were you doing when other people's children were learning how to spell? I'll actually read that again, exactly the way they typed it. They said, what were you doing when other people's children are learning how to spell? So I think this person was trolling me, because when I posted the question on Instagram, I had one of my posters that says content, and more content. And I spell content with a K for those who really do follow my channel and my Instagram. I spell content with a K. It's just a thing I do. A little backstory. It's a thing I do with a very good friend of mine. So yeah, I thought I'd make a poster for it. I thought it'd be really cool. So this person was trolling me about how I spell, but they spelled were as with we are, so that really didn't work. They were trying to troll me, and then they kind of trolled themselves. I would put their name up on the screen, but that wouldn't be very nice. So if you're watching this, be careful. Don't do it again. Okay. Next question. Let's go. Let's get into it. What advice would you give to a person who wants to also be a good photographer? Advice you would give to a person who wants to be a good photographer is shoot as much as you can. That's my advice. That's my way of doing things. That's my philosophy. Get out there, shoot as much as you can, and learn from those mistakes. If you've watched my advice for content creators video, I'll link it up here somewhere. I do mention that over the years I've learned that for me personally, quality over quantity didn't really work. What did work, what I saw work for me, was quantity, developing a quantity. So the more I shot and the more I did things, the more I realized my mistakes and the better I became. So any advice for anyone out there who wants to be a photographer, any kind of creative, from my perspective, from where I stand, is do as much as you can and learn from your mistakes. Next question. Why are you this person? Why am I which person? Like, I'm confused. Next question. How did you get into photography? It's a really long story, but long story short, I had a lot of free time. I took 2 gap years. For those who don't know what a gap year is, you finish high school and you take some time out of school, out of the school system, and then you go to uni after a year. Usually people take a year to do that. I know a couple of people who do it differently. We've taken more. I took 2, not by choice. That's what God had allowed. But in God allowing me to take 2 gap years, I found myself a lot of free time. And in that free time, I started watching a lot of YouTube videos. And watching a lot of YouTube videos allowed me to bump into Peter McKinnon. And after bumping into Peter McKinnon, I fell in love with photography. That's how I got into photography. Long story short. If you want to know more, whoever asked this question, you know yourself, you can hit me up and we can chat more about it. Okay, what would you tell people who are trying to make it big in the world of photography? Trying to make it big? I don't know. It would be hard for me to give that kind of advice because I personally am not trying to make it big. I'm just trying to make a difference in the creative community. So trying to make it big isn't my end goal. If I do make it big, then glory be to God. I can only attribute that kind of success to God. But what I want to do is make a difference in the creative community. I want to make a change, give a platform to people to be able to voice their opinions and not be looked at differently for that. So I know I didn't answer your question directly, but I'm not trying to make it big, and that would be a question for someone else. I wouldn't want to answer it and give you advice that's completely wrong. Right. The next person said, how do you feel being a celebrity and all? Bruh, I'm not. Next question, please. Okay, next question is, how does it feel to be a superior being of incredible talent? I do not know how it feels to be a superior being because I can never be God and I never will be God. I hope that answers your question. Moving. Do you see yourself going pro and making a living from this? I never see myself going pro. I'll never consider myself to be a pro. I think I've said this. I had an interview once with the infamous Post. I will link it in the description. It's a good read. I mentioned that I don't consider myself. Anyways, my guy, don't concede. I need time. Okay, we're back. That was, hectic. What I was saying was, I don't consider myself as a professional, and I don't think I'll ever consider myself as a professional. Why? Because I feel like as a creative, I'm constantly learning each and every single day. I'll never reach a point where I'm like, yo, dude, I know this camera, or I know this concept, or I know this angle, or I know how to shoot portraits or landscapes, or I know how to shoot B-roll, or I know how to create ads the best way, and I've reached my peak, and I can never get better at what I'm doing. So I feel like I'm always learning, and I'm always a student to the art. I'm always a student to the creative community. So being a pro is something I don't want to consider myself. I feel like if I start considering myself as a pro, labeling myself as a pro, I relax. I take a chill pill, I lay back, and I stop learning. So I want to continue learning, and to do, the motto is sort of to do better today than I was yesterday, or to do better tomorrow than I did today. You get, that's sort of the motto. So being a pro, I don't see myself ever going pro, but making a living out of the art, 100%. I mean, like I mentioned before, I want to be happy. That's why I do what I do. I want to be happy, I want to be fulfilled, and I want to give glory to God. If I can do all those things through this art, oh my goodness, I'm surely going to make every effort to make a living out of it. Alright, the next question is, what's the best part about photography? The best part about photography for me is you're free to be creative. You're free to express yourself the way you want to express yourself. You get what I mean? That's the best thing about photography. That's the best thing about creativity in general. You aren't restricted. You aren't restricted. That's what I love about photography. It's the fact that you're not restricted to what you can do. You're free to express yourself the way you want to express yourself. That's what I love about photography. It doesn't hold you back. And I also love the fact that you can capture a moment in time and be able to look back at it and be like, yo dude, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 years ago, 30 years ago, we were here. And looking at it visually can help backtrack those memories and put you in that place at that time 30 years ago. Capturing a moment in time and moving with it into the future. I mean, that's just amazing. And lastly, and definitely not the least, is being able to capture God's creation in nature. Like, I mean, y'all trying to get me into the zone with this question. I mean, dang, there's just so much love about photography. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. The last question is, what's the main point of your YouTube channel? Definitely save this one for the last one, because I've never introduced the channel properly. It just started off with a bunch of random videos of random people, not random people, very good friends of mine. I take that back. But I never really explained or expressed what the channel was about. I think the channel is a platform for content creators. The channel is not mine. The channel is for the people. And for those who know me or have seen the work that I'm trying to do, it's so community based. I want everyone to be involved in it. So it's a platform for content creators to connect. I literally have a series called Creators Connect, and that's what it is. A platform for content creators to connect. I'll have so many collaborations in that series and outside that series, but that's what the channel is about. I want to learn from other creators. I live to learn. I'll always be a student, and that's what this channel is about. And as much as I try and give out information, I'm also trying to gain information from the channel as the foundation of that. So that's what this channel is basically about.